Hi, and welcome back to the Stadium Sound Series with me, Shone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to layer up some sounds and how to build some combinations that are really going to work in your songs. We talked about the program sounds, but now we're going to layer programs up to create really big, powerful sounds. Okay? Now I'm going to take the piano that we started with, one of the dark grands, and straight from the preset, we'll take this piano sound that we had, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it back to the sound that we built in the program video. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to find my main chorus piano, main grand piano that I had, that I built, remember from our first video. And the song that the thing that I'm going to build here is basically a breakdown section in a song called One Thing, which is from the Boys' first album. Now, this breakdown section was a really kind of open, airy, spacious section. And what I wanted to do is create this really beautiful, free sweeping breakdown. Okay? So the chords are went to make a little bit like this. And what we're going to do here is layer up those set of chords with some extra sounds to make them really huge. So as you can see here, I've laid out my combi mode. We've got 1s to 16. Now, I'm just going to focus on 1 to 6 really today. You can build huge patches, but what we're going to do here is just to focus on 6 sounds and how they can work, and you can build you build your timbres. So here you can already see I've set some levels up. Set some levels up because it's the kind of levels that I want the sounds to be at after working through them. I'm going to show you some of the sounds that I'm using alongside my piano. So we had our piano sound there. I'm just going to mute that for a minute. And I'm going to show this other sound that I had. That's on 76 at the moment. If I turn it up to full, you can hear the full weight of it. There you go. Now that is, find the sound, T. Costa Mark V piano with pad. So I'm getting an electric PP from the EP engine and a pad layered underneath. Now what that does when you're with an acoustic piano is really bed the sound really well, because you're getting 2 different timbres. I'll bring that down to 75, which is what I set. We're getting 2 different timbres there, and I'm going to show you what it sounds like together. So there, it's subtle, but it's really making that sound quite rich. So we've got 2 sounds now. I'm going to put in a couple more. Now the way to do this is really simple. You just click on your track number, you click on the thing up here, and you select the sounds that you want. Now here I'm using an evolving patch from the motion synth section, and I'm going to show you what that sounds like. So soloed it again. Just bring it up to full volume again so you can hear it. A cool dynamic movement in that. So that really helps create that atmosphere that we're looking for. Now, I don't want too much of that because it's quite a powerful sound. So I'm going to bring that down again to where I set it. I think it was about 35. There we go. And I'll blend it in now with the other 2 sounds. Going back to our original set of chords, and then you can hear it. It's It's really subtle, it's really soft, and it's all really about finding that balance, that balancing sound that you're looking for. Now, I've added a couple of extra things in here and a couple of extra little cheeky things that you can do to make your sound even bigger. What I'm going to do is mute the sounds we had other than the piano. And I'm going to show you another piano sound that I built here from a Japanese dark ground. Again, turning it up. Now all I've done with this sound is just shifted it one octave higher. So now I've got a sound that is one octave higher than the original piano in track 1. And what I've done here is I've panned it all the way to the left. So combine that with the piano, the original piano, and you get this sound. Two sets of pianos running one octave higher than the other. Now that's often really a common production tool in dance music, where they're layering, stacking pianos at different levels and different octaves to create really big piano sounds. So what I'll do is I'll just move that back just a little bit to the left. And I'm just going to bring that down because we don't want it too huge in the mix. I'm going to bring my other sounds in now as well. Now, there's a couple of other sounds I've added in as well along the way. Here is number 4, a string pad. And this is really low again, so I'll turn it back up to show you what it sounds like. Now, if you're interested, that one's called Fubo's Stereo, and that's from our string sample library. Bring it back down because it's such a powerful sound, that string sound. I don't really want it to be too big in the mix. Now let's stick them all together and see what it sounds like. So there you go. I'm making a couple of really big, thick sounds now. There's one more thing I did actually. Right up here, I laid a small sound further up the board. I'll show you this now. It's just a really atmospheric bell sound that I found. And what I did was I layered that further up the keyboard. And I'm just going to show you how to do that really quickly now. So, you see, here I'm using sound number 6, and it's called Bell Transform. Now what I've done is I've broken it down to here, and I'll show you how to do that. If you click on MIDI filter and zones, and then keyboard zones, you can select exactly which track you're using. So I'm using track number 6, and that's Bell Transform. And you can set your up and down range to where you want that sound to play in and play out. Now I've set it to the end of the board to D#5. And you can see that once I get there, it's not going to play anymore. Perfect. So now with a bit of panning again, and just working out where I kind of want to place things in the mix, because I might want to hear the bells over here, panning to the right. I might want to hear some of the high-end piano stuff over here. Really, my main sound is my piano. It's all centered around my piano, my main piano. So I put that down the center, and I began to just move things around in the mix. So now, I'll play that sound that we made. There's the bells. Now, you can also EQ all of these to make sure nothing gets too washy or too dirty in the low or too messy and brittle in the high. You can select here EQ vector control, and you can see here you've got three band EQ again for each individual sounds. Again, as you know me by now, you know I like the low end of the mix, so I've boosted my pianos again by about 5 or 6 dB, touched a bit of the high, and then on my really high-end stuff, I have just taken, like the bells, I've just notched some of the high stuff out, because even with 6 dB taken out the high, it's still cutting through. But I'll show you just as an instance, if I took that high frequency right up, it becomes really stand out. Now that could work, but as I said, with modern PAs, they tend to be quite bright. So just bring that down. I just tend to take some of the high stuff out, just so it sits and blends. The really big thing about the keys in one direction, where they were trying to be sitting in the mix quite well. So they weren't trying to be too stand out. It wasn't the Shone show, so to speak. So it was all about sitting with the other tracking that was going on. There was a lot of backing track stuff with the synthesizers. There was guitar. You know, there's a lot of stuff happening in the drums and the bass, and obviously you've got 4 vocals on stage as well. So, you know, you want to make sure that you're not overloading your sounds too much. Now, the last thing I did, because it was an atmospheric, and again, we're going to touch on this in the next video about adding effects. I want to show you what the final product was after I tweaked this for a bit longer. There we go. And here was a finished product after a little bit more tweaking. There you have it, a big atmospheric patch for a beautiful breakdown, as you can imagine, tear-jerking, steady in moment.